Blizzard's first multiplayer shooter, Overwatch. 6-on-6 combat with 3 different objectives: Assault, Escort, Control, and a hybrid of Assault and Escort. Play with multiple characters, each with different abilities and playstyle. The game has beautiful scenarios and music, but after a couple of hours playing the beta, it felt somewhat repetitive. Overwatch releases in a few days, so Blizzard can decide whether to leave the game as it is, adding a couple of new maps and characters, or choose to add elements the community want to see in the game. Idea Man, he's the one with brilliant ideas. Hire him. The shooter needs additional features so it can truly become what many of us expected, one of the best multiplayer experiences, if not the best. Overwatch has potential, and Blizzard has enough resources and manpower to deliver greatness. So here's a few ideas from a talented idea man. First, let's talk about the most important element missing from the game. Custom sprays! Spraying your name tag, your clan name, or even a sexy girl to distract opponents is hella fun, even if it's only available for custom games, you know, to preserve the team rating. More game modes. In order to avoid getting repetitive, Overwatch needs more variety in the gameplay, so why not offer different objectives to diversify the compositions? Deathmatch. Free-for-all open arena for 12 players. The one who gets to 25 kills first wins. Show your true killer skill. It will be nice to have a custom game option too, so players can choose to have no time limit, and without the lack of objectives, players can make videos with no distractions. The more options available for user creations, the larger the audience and community will be.
And then Genji's gonna roll up and he's gonna be like, not so fast, brother. You killed me.
Team Deathmatch. 6-on-6 combat. Destroy your opponents until reaching 50 kills. It can have a feature to avoid camping, like you can only score kills while in a section of the map, and this section will be moving. Sometimes we want to play to see who's the best killer or assassin in a team-based composition. Capture the flag. Carrying the enemy flag all the way to your base, unable to use any ability while being protected by your teammates. In another video, an idea for this was to capture a mech so it makes you walk in a fixed movement speed and have a fixed maximum health or shields. Once your mech shield drops to 0, you'll drop out of the mech and player must wait 5 seconds for shields to recharge and recapture the mech. Modes like collecting multiple items like coins or a single one like a suitcase, just like in Heroes of the Storm, destroy CPU enemies or structures all located in various locations, and deliver the coins to a machine in the center of the map. Or carry a suitcase so it becomes a stealthy type of game, going back to base through different routes and avoid getting spotted if you're going alone. Siege. Good examples for these modes are Terra's Battlegrounds, and other MMORPG battlegrounds. A siege operation storming the enemy base, where enemy minion robots spawn to defend it, while allied minions spawn to storm it from strategic points. Destroy shield generators to open the gates and/or defense towers. Use a specific siege vehicle or mech to ram the gates and enter the castle's core. Having a boss monster as a bonus can be very fun. I understand the devs at Blizzard not wanting some of these modes since it will take away the participation of some heroes depending on the game mode, but this encourages players to think of new team compositions and synergies. You might switch to 5 damage dealers when playing Team Deathmatch, or maybe 1 healer too, switch to Lucio, Pharah and Widowmaker during Capture the Flag, healers and tanks when in Siege mode. It's fun to have different game modes and variety on team compositions. Maps. Maps are designed around the objective, but why can't the same map or location be used for a different game mode? We are stuck with specific maps for specific game modes, or even having a night mode for an existing objective. The materials are there. Props, structures, models, skyboxes. It just have to be built with pieces of existing maps to create new maps for each game mode. It just will be the same location. One of the new maps could be a jungle-themed location, with many launch pads so it gives the feeling of vine swinging. Imagine the full team sneaking on the objective and jumping through the same jump pad. Aside from game modes and maps, these other features could be handy, more diversification in classes. Just like Avatar in Heroes of the Storm, which plays similar to a real-time strategy game, Overwatch can appeal to more players if it has new heroes that can bring other game's mechanics. I would love to see a stealth class with a silencer or a small gun, can leave some C4s with low damage, and have some tricks under their sleeve. It doesn't have to one-hit enemies, but how about a stun or a sleep? Its ultimate could be turning into a prop from the map to avoid being seen by enemies. It will be an assassin, just like how Tracer or Genji plays. And the most important feature, map creation. Grant players a tool to create their own maps by moving existing assets around. Plus, the ability to create objective commands, so players can have the freedom to create their own game modes. Why does Overwatch has to stick to a Team Fortress formula? This game can be so much more, and Blizzard has the power to do so. Command options don't have to be too complex, like race mode. I love the characters in this game, and its gameplay too, but please make it so it lasts longer. A game which lets you do more, lasts more. That's what I think. Do you have better ideas for Overwatch? Are you an idea man or idea woman? Let me know in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Bueno, bye.